What's up, YouTube? This is Chris here, and you are looking at two of my losi scte's. Why two, you ask? Well, I used to be partial to nitro. I've had nitro buggies, had a Savage XL that I completely hopped up. Um, Nitro was kind of a pain in the butt, I would say. Um, they were fun once you get them tuned if you know what you're doing. They're great rigs. But I decided to try myself out with an electric. So I went with this one here to begin with. This I purchased as a roller scte. No, they're not the 2.0s. What is a roller, you ask? Well, rollers, they do not come with electronics. So what I put in this one is the Traxxas VXL Valenian system. 3500 kV. It's a 10 turn motor. Meant for 110 scale short course trucks. Servo, I used to have a losi strike, which came with that servo right there. And I wasn't using that rig, so I stripped it out and put it in there. Then, when I was done with my nitro, which would be the Savage XL, I had actually traded it to my local hobby shop, and I got this here. This came as an RTR. This comes with the 550 size motor. That thing is massive. It's 2800 kV. Comes with all the electronics. I guess you can say the servo is the same as the other rig. As far as the can't even think of the word right now. Receiver. There we go. It's an SR300 Spectrum. Comes with it. What have I done to these? Let me see. They both have the TLR tuning kit. They come with fully threaded aluminum, big bore shocks. The bleeder caps on there. Very nice. What else? The rear aluminum hubs. Don't know what to call these just yet, but if you could see those, I'm pointing to that right there. You got one there, and you got one just in there. I believe that's camber. Not quite sure. Front and rear. Okay. So, what can I tell you about these rigs? These things are tanks. I mean tanks. My brother has his Traxxas slash 4x4, and he has broken virtually everything on it, including upgrades. So he's quite a bit of money into his. Now, I'd like to think I've bashed mine a lot harder than he's bashed his. I've taken him to skate parks. I'm talking 20-foot high plus jumps, backflips, successful and non-successful. I've hit trees, plenty of rollovers. They do come with bodies. I just don't have them out right now to show. The original bodies that came with these. This is the red edition. For anybody who knows these, they know what the red one looks like. I mangled that thing. Stock bodies that come with these are pretty cheap. This one was a clear body, which was the first one I actually painted. Turned out okay. I went with a translucent blue, but again, that body cheap, and I mangled that one as well. Actually, this is what it looks like now. After I've trimmed it and cut out all the bad parts. So I guess you could say this is my basher body. Put that back there. Why did I cut that out as well? Well, I have these wheel and tires on both rigs. These are meant for a Traxxas slash. The original wheels that come with these have basically the offsets between the stock tires and wheels for these compared to these Traxxas are a lot different. On these scte's, the wheels and tires that come with this, the rim itself is recessed. I believe it's very far to the outside of the rim, which basically shortens the stance. With these, once I put these on, it actually made this rig about an inch wider from outside to outside of wheels, which didn't allow me to run my stock bodies. They would continuously rub with the bodies, or I would have to adjust and raise these body posts front and rear up very, very high, which basically resulted in, let's see, putting it above this here on the bottom of the, I guess you could call it the side rail of the body, leaving this area quite a bit exposed for rocks and sticks and leaves and dirt and everything to get in there. And to be honest with you, I didn't like it very much. Too much cleaning to do. I am a stickler for keeping my RCs clean. I do not like to keep them dirty. I will get them dirty, but they are cleaned immediately as soon as I get home. That's good maintenance on your RCs. Cleaning them, I mean almost taking them apart, cleaning every nook and cranny that I can, re-oiling the bearings, making sure that those are good. That's very crucial. This system here is waterproof. I purchased a waterproof receiver as well. The only thing that's not waterproof on here is the servo. So generally when I'm cleaning it, I try and stay clear of that with direct water. They are splash proof, not waterproof. But the motor has VXL and Traxxas. It's completely 100% waterproof. I can completely submerge it and no issues. This one is not waterproof. This is more of my skate park, bush, mud, anything dry runner. This one here is considerably faster than this one. But I'd say by next month, the way I'm going to have them geared, they will be pretty close to being similar. This one can take up to 6S. That one with the Valenian system only takes up to a 3S. Right now I am running 2S in each of them. They are Beast DNA. I'll just move this out of here. I believe it's a 30C, and they're both 5200 milliamp batteries, hard case. I purchased those on eBay for 2 of them. Cost me about $50. I purchased Venom 2S LiPos 5000 milliamp from my local hobby shop, and those things ran me about $100. So I found it to be a really great deal purchasing these. This one here, I guess my first run out, I smashed the front bumper. So it has an RPM on it. Where did I break it, you ask? I'll show you on this one here. That little doodad right there kind of snapped on me, and she kind of broke away from there as well. So next thing I'm going to be doing is replacing that bumper as well with an RPM. I'll show you on this one here. Another great thing about these rigs, most short course come with a plastic chassis, I guess you could say. This one comes with a full metal TVP, and it's great. I've had them on all my buggies. When I had nitro, I liked them. It is recommended to get skid plates. The RPM bumper acts as a skid plate on these rigs, and they do, for very cheap costs, sell the rear skid plates to mount on the back of these, be it losi aftermarkets, things like that. So that's basically the plan with that one there. The other plan I have next month, I've actually found a company that makes roll cages for these. VG Racing. And the great thing is they're handmade strong welds. As far as I know, that's the only company that makes them. You can get them powder coated in red, blue, black, or chrome. So I'm purchasing one to see how it goes with them. I'm going to get the blue one. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to put on, which rig I'm going to put it on. Either way, one will have the roll cage, and I'm going to design my own body panels for those, kind of close it off a little bit. And I'm also going to purchase a outerwears for the other rig. And I'm going to have RPM upper and lower A-arms on both rigs. Kind of upgraded a little bit. I'm hoping to get either blue or red or both for each rig. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but that's the plan with those. The only downside to these rigs, let's see, you have front diff, you have a center diff, you have a rear diff. So you have these here, center drive axles. You have one long one in the rear, and hopefully you can see that you have one short one in the front. A recommendation that I have for losi or whoever designed these or builds these, please upgrade those two items, make them stronger, thicker, whatever you got to do. Basically, after one day of bashing on this one, I noticed that they are both warped and badly. This one here actually is warped so bad that it is hitting against the servo tray that holds the servo. Had me searching through my rig for what I thought was a stick, but it just turns out that the front drive axle was warped and bent. So I thought maybe I had landed wrong and bent something, or which I did. But after checking this rig, which I barely bashed at all, turns out they're both warped, front and rear. So I have 4 to repurchase. I called a certain manufacturer, distributor, reported to them as an issue, and unfortunately, they did not take responsibility or cover as a warranty. Surprisingly, they said, yeah, naturally they will come warped or bent, which doesn't make sense to me, but I will leave that unnamed. You know who you are. So yeah, they also come with front and rear sway bars as well. So which is pretty good bang for your buck. Front and rear. I found the bumpers are rear bumpers are actually really good as well. They do come with the mud flaps. Back there, I don't know how great they're going to be. I don't mind seeing a lot of dust or dirt spitting out the back end of my vehicle. Yeah. And what kind of transmitter am I running? Well, this transmitter, believe it or not, came with this one as the RTR. This one did not come with any, but they're both completely bindable. With what, do you ask? Came with this bad boy right here. It is the Spectrum DX3E. And they are both binded to the one controller. And this thing, I've had no complaints. My range is phenomenal. I've never lost reception, control, nothing. Control is very, very fine-tuned. Like I'm talking hairpin. This, I believe, is what they would call a censored system as far as the motor goes. Traxxas is sensorless. So this one is a free roller. Okay. This one is not a free roller. From my understanding, it's a difference in the way it's magnetized on the inside of each motor, which allows it to do it. So I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Just my own speculation with the little research that I did and understanding. So anyway, that's my video, and I hope you guys enjoy. And again, if anybody out there is looking at these kind of videos to see or decide what kind of rig to buy, these things are tanks. I would definitely pick this over Traxxas any day. There are plenty of upgrades available for these rigs, so that's not an issue. Many different companies making upgraded parts, aftermarket parts, replacement parts. And like I said, I've beat the crap out of this more than my brother's beat the crap out of his 4x4 Slash, and yeah, he's broken almost everything. I've broken virtually nothing. So enjoy, and if you happen to get one, definitely have fun. Thanks, guys.